We'd like to just welcome each and every one of you for attending our council meeting tonight and watching your government at work. So at this time, I would go and ask our legislative coordinator, Ms. Shelley, would you please do the roll call?
Yes, sir. Bill England.
Here.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Joe Byrd.
Ani?
Sean Crittenden.
Ani.
Don Gardman. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan.
Here.
Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
Janice Taylor. Here. David Thornton. Victoria Vasquez.
Ani.
David Walkingstick.
Ani.
Brian Warner. We do have a quorum.
Thank you for that. The minutes were mailed to you. At this time, I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We have special guests with us tonight. This will be their first time to be introduced to the Tribal Council. At this time, we will introduce the new Miss Cherokee, Miss Jaleesa Pittman, to my left here. And Miss Junior Miss Madison Whitekiller. Ladies, you may shake the council member's hand. Shio. We spent some time together at the inauguration of the Eastern Cherokees last week, and these two ladies represented us well. And they're going to be good ambassadors. We can tell one thing that I've tried to encourage them is that, be like sisters. When you go somewhere, treat each other as one, and you're going to spend a lot of time together. So at least learn things about each other, and they have, and they've really represented us well. So at this time, I'll start with Miss Cherokee. If there's something you want to say to the crowd, we'll give you just a few minutes.
Sio Ejitalek, Jalisi Gisqua Pittman Dakwadon'i, Galieli Tikali on Ko'usa'i. Hello, everyone. My name is Jalisi Bird Pittman. I am currently the 2015-2016 Miss Cherokee Ambassador. It is an honor to be here tonight with all of you and our tribal counselors as well. It's an honor to have this title, and it's an honor to be a part of this wonderful event tonight. Thank you so much for having us. Wadon, thank you.
Miss Junior Miss Madison Whitekiller.
Sionigad aya anale unegdihi dawado aya ajalagi atanuja. Hello everyone, my name is Madison Whitekiller, and I'm the 2015-2016 Junior Miss Cherokee Ambassador. I'd just like to thank you all for having me here, and it's such an honor to be able to represent my tribe and my people along with all of you, and it's such an honor to be here tonight. Wado.
At this time, we will go to the State of the Nation and hear from our Principal Chief, Mr. Bill John Baker. Chief.
OCO. Honor and a privilege to be here in our council meeting for September. I believe it's the biggest crowd I've ever seen at a tribal council meeting that nobody was mad. So it's good to see everybody here tonight. And if you would take notice of our tribal council, they all cleaned up really good. They got their suits on, and everybody looks really good, and they took their photo that will be with us for generations to come, and it will be a fine photo. Today, we celebrate Cherokee Leadership Day at the Cherokee Nation. We signed a proclamation today to recognize all of our past Cherokee leaders and all of our future Cherokee leaders to come. And we can see with Miss Cherokee and Junior Miss Cherokee, we've got some fine ones coming up, and you're going to be introduced to some others here shortly. We had a very, very successful Cherokee Warrior Flight where the Cherokee Nation hosted and took 11 World War II and Korean War veterans to Washington, D.C. to go to all the monuments, and it was strictly a Cherokee Warrior Flight. They were hosted, and Deputy Chief Crittenden took them around, and best I can tell, there was a good time had by all, and something that we can all be proud of, that we were allowed to send those gentlemen to D.C. for that. As time goes on, our bison herd continues to grow. Not only have we had multitudes of babies, but we just received 39 new mama cows at the ranch up north. So if we continue at that pace, our herd will be really something in a very, very short period of time. The Cherokee Nation will receive over $8 million from the Interior Department as a settlement in the long-standing case around contract support cost. I'd like to tell you when it was coming, but we just know that it is coming. Our Small Business Assistance Center received 2 federal grants, over $250,000 to help more Cherokee entrepreneurs get established and to help their businesses to grow and create jobs around the Cherokee Nation. We have at-large community picnics this weekend in L.A. and San Diego. Several of our staff will be traveling and I'll be out there giving State of the Nation to our brothers and sisters in California. Construction here at the complex continues. They just get higher and higher, and 32,000 square feet that is going to really change the complexion of our complex here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Not only that, but with great energy efficiencies that will come along with the new construction to hold our utility cost down as well. If you've been over by the Warriors Memorial, you'll see that the memorial has been taken down. It was very risky and dangerous. Of the slate or the marble was spalding off and was quite dangerous. So we're in the process now of replacing it where it won't look a lot different, but it won't have plastic letters and it won't be just glued on marble. It will be solid slab marble that will be there for the next 7 generations of our warriors to come back and see what we thought of them at this time in history. This Wednesday, we will be dedicating the major expansion at Wilma P. Mankiller Clinic in Stillwell. So you are all invited to that, and they've really done a wonderful job, and will give us over twice the square footage over there for the much-needed services. Special recognition tonight. We are honored to have the new youth leaders join us, and if Lisa Trice-Turtle would please come down. She does an excellent job of helping with the kids and managing these programs for the nation. And I'd like to call her up now to help coordinate the introductions. Please, Lisa. Ring around the rosy.
Sio Nagada again. As I stated before, I am the 2015-2016 Miss Cherokee Ambassador. I am a senior at Northeastern State University and am studying psychology with a minor in chemistry. My occupational goal is to become a medical doctor and specialize in family medicine, as well as participate in going on third world country medical mission trips. I also want to own a coffee shop one day. Again, thank you so much for having us tonight. It's truly an honor. Wado, thank you.
Sione God. I'm Madison Whitekiller, and I live in Verdigris and attend Verdigris High School. I'm 16 and I'm a junior. My platform is the importance of reading throughout the Cherokee Nation, and I just think it's important for all of our youth to be willing to read, because it does help them do better in school and score better on tests, and it can even reduce stress levels. So it's not only important for our youth, but as well as all members of the Cherokee Nation. So, Wado.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sky Teehee. I am Mr. Cherokee Ambassador, 2015 to 16 Little Ambassador. Wado.
Asio, yana da hisk jog de quasi data de quaski.
You want one step?
Sure.
Osio Nagada, Sinastin, Dawadon, and Sonella, Adetia, and Solangaya, Aganella. Hello, everyone. My name is Macy Fields. I am 9 years old. I live in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. I am the Little Miss Cherokee Ambassador 2015-2016. Wado. Thank you. Oh, okay. Osio Nagata. Max Dovido. I'm currently the 2015-2016 Little Mr. Cherokee Ambassador. Wado. Thank you all for coming.
Osio Tohiju. My name is Nathan Lowry. I am 12 years old, and I am currently the 10 to 12-year-old division Little Mr. Cherokee Ambassador for 2015-2016. Wado.
Osio Tohiju Kohiga Doedoa Kamama. Hello, everyone. My name is Casey Henderson, and I am the Little Miss Cherokee 2015-2014, or 2015-2016. I'm 11 years old, and I attend the Veneta High School, or Veneta Middle School. Wado.
Now tell me that this nation's not going to be in great hands. Now's the portion of the evening where we recognize those who are no longer with us. And then we'll have a moment of silence after that. Madeline Baker of Claremore, Benjamin Bakes of Tahlequah, Mary Beach of Westville, Ty Brock of Stillwell, Ava Clayton of Tahlequah, Letitia Clopton of Coweta, James Cripps of Salisaw, Bobby Dartery of Jade Jones of Claremore, Stephen Lewis of Salisaw, Lloyd Littledeer of Stillwell, Kathy Mayfield of Tulsa, Lila Meeks of Stillwell, Polly Noseworthy of Stillwell, Aura Al of Stillwell, Dale Payton of Tahlequah, Jeremy Rice of Locust Grove, Linda Shelton of Pryor, Donald St. John of Bartlesville, Braden Sunday of Veneta, Lonell Thomas of Sand Springs, Elizabeth Thompson of Tahlequah, Edward Walker of Welch, Rodney McQuarrie of Talala. Do we have others? Bill?
Betty George Tivolo.
David?
Mr. Dwayne Davis, Black Gum Mountain, north of Diane.
Thank you. Ryan?
Miss Allie Embry Paget, South Oklahoma.
Okay. If we could have a moment of silence for these souls that were with us last month and not with us this month. Woodrow.
Thank you, Chief, for that. At this time, we'll drop down to the Cherokee Warrior Veteran Awards. Deputy Chief S. Joe Critton.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Council, honorable guests and staff, tonight we have 3 Warrior Awards to present to our veterans, and we have 2 veterans here. One of them's a brother of one of the other gentlemen that couldn't make it, so he's going to accept the medal on behalf of his brother who couldn't be here. Our first veteran tonight is a friend of mine, and I'm going to ask Brian Warner, Councilman Brian Warner, to come down and help with this presentation. Our first veteran is Bill W. Horton. Bill, would you come down, sir? Bill was drafted in the U.S. Army in September of 1965 and was discharged in September of 67. He received basic and AIT at Fort Polk, Louisiana. He served in Vietnam from March of 66 to March of 67. While stateside, Bill was with the 101st Airborne Brigade, but served with the 173rd Airborne Brigade, which was an infantry unit during combat. Bill was based in Bien Hoa, Vietnam. Bill tells of the time his dad found out that Bill had received orders to go to Vietnam as a paratrooper. His dad was naturally concerned for his son's safety and asked why his son had signed up as a paratrooper. Bill's reply was that paratroopers made $50 more a month than other soldiers, and that was too much money to pass up. Bill served his country proudly. He later served the Cherokee Nation with distinction on the Election Commission. And Bill, I want to thank you, sir, on behalf of this nation for your service to this country.
Thank you.
Easy, Deputy.
Thank you.
$2. All right. Come on, you know who you are. you like to say anything?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I don't need a microphone. Never have. No. I'd like to thank the Cherokee Nation and the council and everybody that I've grown to know while I served 3.5 years on the election commission as chairman. And like I told the girls down at the office, I'm going to miss the people, but I'm not going to miss the rhetoric. When you run for an office and there's 3 or 4 people run for it, all of them think they're going to win, but you can only have one winner. And then the losers want to blame us for them not winning. But I told them it's like when I used to play poker. The winners tells jokes and the losers hollers deal. That's kind of the way elections go. But anyway, I've had good times and I've had bad times. And I superintended schools for 22.5 years. I had good times and had bad times. So that just goes along with anything you do. It's the good times and bad times. And I've had some good times at the Cherokee Nation. I appreciate the nation. I appreciate the council. I appreciate everybody in the nation, the chief, deputy chief, and everyone. And thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, he can still get in his uniform. There's not many of us veterans that can say that. He's doing something right. Okay, this next veteran that we're going to recognize is not with us tonight, but his brother is. So Orrin Roberts, would you come down and accept this award on behalf of your brother, and then we'll do yours, sir. This veteran is John Roberts, Jr. He joined the U.S. Navy on December 7, 1972, just 9 days after his 17th birthday. He was assigned to the USS Hancock, CVA 19, after completing boot camp and Aviation Ordnance A School. While aboard the Hancock, he made 2 deployments to the Pacific and Indian Oceans in 73 and 75. The most significant events were support to Yom Kippur War in 73 and Operation Frequent Winds during the fall of Saigon in 1975. After a short break in service, he returned to the Navy in 1981 and was assigned to NAS Point Magoo, where he served as a Navy instructor, receiving FBI SWAT training, and supplemented the Secret Service for President Ronald Reagan's arrivals and departures to and from his ranch in California. He then transferred to NAS Alameda as a Navy instructor, where he was awarded Command Sailor of the Year in 86 and 1987. He was selected for the Navy's Limited Duty Officers Program in 1989. From Alameda, Mr. Roberts was assigned to the USS Carl Vinson, CVN 70, as a Weapons Department G4 Division Officer. Mr. Roberts was medically retired in August 30, 1992. I'm sorry he couldn't be here, but thank him for Cherokee Nation for his service to this country. And now we'll go ahead with your award, sir. Orrin Roberts enlisted in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War on August 21, 1972, at the age of 18, and served as a medical corpsman in the 629 Medical Clearing Company at Fort Ord. In 1975, he transferred to the U.S. Army Reserves and attended the Infantry and Drill Sergeant School and served in the 91st Division in California and the 100th Division in Kentucky. After a break in service, he reenlisted as a drill sergeant in the Army Reserves during the Gulf War and trained troops in Fort Bliss, Texas, with the 91st Division. On May the 15th, 1994, he received a direct command in the Army Reserves as chaplain and transferred to the California Army National Guard, where he served as a chaplain of Combat Arms Unit in the 40th Division. Thank you all for coming down. Chief, I overlooked the fact that he was from at large. Thank you, sir. Following the 9/11 attack, Mr. Roberts deployed 3 times on active duty as chaplain of infantry battalions. In 2001, he served with the 185 Infantry Battalion in Operation Noble Eagle, guarding military installations on the West Coast. In 2005, he served with the 160 Infantry Battalion in NATO Operation Joint Guardian Performance Peace Enforcement in Kosovo. In 2007, he served with the 160 Infantry Battalion in Operation Iraqi Freedom, performing historical and logistical combat patrols, escorting convoys with gun trucks and armored security vehicles. He accompanied his men on 45 combat missions involving 90 sorties, traveling over 14,000 miles, 9,000 of which he drove. After returning from Iraq, he served as the chaplain of the 115th Regional Support Group in Roseville, California, and was selected as state chaplain of the California National Guard and served at Joint Headquarters in Sacramento until his retirement as a colonel from the U.S. Army on October the 2nd of 13. His federal decorations, service medals, and badges include the Legion of Merit, 3 Meritorious Service Medals, 5 Army Commendation Medals, 2 Army Achievement Medals, Army Good Conduct Medal, Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, Kosovo Campaign Medal, Iraqi Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Armed Forces Reserve Medal, 2 NCO Professional Development Ribbons, 2 Overseas Service Ribbons, 2 Army Service Ribbons, Drill Instructor Badge, and Army Superior Unit Award. Mr. Roberts, I want to thank you on behalf of this nation for your service to this country.
Reminded by my Aunt Wanda Chilton and my grandma Zelma Berry to remember that I'm a Cherokee. And after retirement, you kind of lose your identity. I'm no longer colonel, I'm no longer chaplain, I'm not even sir. But I have a very ancient identity that I still maintain and that you have reinforced for me at this moment, that I'm a Cherokee warrior. And I so much appreciate what a
That's all I have, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy. At this time, we'll drop down to, we have no unfinished business here. Committee reports. Housing Authority, Mr. Gary Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the council, good evening. I know that you've had a long day, and I reported to you just a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago, I guess, in committee meeting. So I'll try to keep it brief this evening. On the national front, we still continue to follow and are hoping to have the HOSTA reauthorization done. We've been talking about it for a long time. But we've been following that very closely. Both the National American Indian Housing Council and NCAI have both been, on the been taking on this issue. And while neither have a position on either bill that we want to see passed, the House version or the Senate version of the HOSTA, which aren't real different, but there are a few minor differences. We just want to see the HOSTA reauthorized, and we want to see it done this first term of this Congress. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're shooting for. And we're getting close to being there. We've got a couple of months left, and we're hoping to get it done so we can quit talking about that and move on to something else. I know last month I mentioned to you that Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Office of Native American Programs, Roger Boyd, was retiring, and he has done that. The administrator for the Northern Plains Regional Office out of Denver will be taking over as the acting Deputy Assistant Secretary, and that gentleman's name is Randy Akers. Randy is Comanche. He's been with HUD for a number of years. He's worked in both the Phoenix office and the Denver office, and I have all the faith and confidence that he will be able to fill that position on an interim basis while HUD continues their search on someone to replace Roger after his long 13 years of service to the department. This month's regular Housing Authority Board meeting will be the last Tuesday of October, October 27th at 5:30 at our offices here in Tahlequah. I want to be sure to mention, too, that the Housing Authority continues to provide housing assistance to a number of families. This last month, we've been able to assist over 6,400 families with housing assistance, and that's on average what we do each and every month. Over 6,000 families receive some type of assistance with housing-related programs through the Housing Authority, whether it's a new home, whether it's a home that we built a number of years ago and still manage and maintain, whether it's through a low-income homeowners insurance program that we offer in conjunction with Amran Risk Management, where we helped some 2,600 families with that program, or a number of the other programs, including rental assistance, that we're able to offer at Housing Authority. We have a number of families that we help. I'm also proud to report that we've been able to help 161 students this semester, college students, with the College Housing Assistance Program, and that's a big deal. I think that's a lot of students. It's a number that we're proud of. We're proud to be able, wouldn't matter if it was one or 160 one. Each and every one of those students is a student that we're able to help make sure that they are receiving housing assistance while they work on obtaining a college education, and we're glad that we're able to do just a small part to help that. So with that concludes my report for this evening. I told you I'd keep it short and tried my best to do so. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Or Gary?
Thank you all.
Good report. At this time, we'll have Cherokee Nation business. Mr. Chuck Garrett, give the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members of the council. It's my pleasure to provide tonight's report on behalf of the hard-working men and women of C&B. Reporting on the August financials, C&B total revenue was just short of $80 million at $79,800,000. This was $1.8 million above budget and almost $7.5 million above last year's revenue. So we're very pleased with that. We did have higher than expected healthcare costs, as well as we wrote off the outstanding balance sheet item for the Roland Casino that was left from our replacement. So we did have a net income that was below budget as a result of those items of almost $1.8 million. So we had a total net income of 5.7 for August. Monthly contributions to the nation beyond the dividend include retail sales tax revenue of $278,000, along with the liquor excise tax of close to $21,000, for a total of $299,000 in excess of the monthly dividend. The CMB expansion projects and other updates, we did have the Cherokee Art Market that we hosted this last weekend at the Hard Rock, and certainly appreciate everybody that was able to come out this weekend or join us for the reception. We featured over 150 Native American artists from across the country, and the prize money was $75,000 across 22 categories. So it was a big event, and one that continues to grow annually and is really becoming one of the premier art markets for Native American art across the country. We did complete the exterior of the Cherokee Nation Capitol last month, and along with the ribbon cutting that most of you were able to attend. The masonry work looks great. The really looks brought back some of the original look, and I think we're all very pleased with the outcome there. We'd like to thank Chief Baker and Deputy Chief, as well as the council and our board, for allowing us to participate in that project. Cherokee Nation Technology Solutions was recognized as one of the nation's most successful 8A companies by Washington Technology, which is an industry publication that provides competitive intelligence for executives who offer contract services to the government market. The annual rankings recognize the 25 largest 8A companies by their prime contracting dollars. CNTS earned its number 3 ranking with revenues exceeding $90 million in 2014. This recognition is a testament to our employees' hard work and continued dedication to providing quality service to our clients. We'd like to thank them for their commitment to keeping our businesses in the forefront of the industry. Cherokee Nation Construction Services is one of the 5 small businesses supporting a $25 million contract with the Naval Facilities Engineering Command Southeast. CNCS, along with 4 other companies, will perform construction work at the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base in Fort Worth. Task orders will be issued for work including new construction, renovations, alterations, repairs, and demolition. The indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity multiple award is a 5-year contract focused on general building projects for industrial, administrative, and community support facilities. Regarding jobs and our efforts at creating employment opportunities and for Cherokee citizens, currently employed at CMB, all CMB employees, 6,405 employees, 4,699 CMB employees when we exclude the contract and temporary employment. The CMB total Cherokee percentage is 73.5%, with other natives at 8.1%, for a total of 81.6% native of the 4,700 employees mentioned. We're very proud of that and continue to work hard to see that Cherokee utilization continue to report at high levels. Be happy to answer any questions you have, Mr. Speaker, or other council members.
Very impressive report. Any questions for Mr. Chuck Garrett? Have one comment.
Yes, sir.
We just completed our intertribal in Durant, Oklahoma. They're building, they have already built an expansion similar to what we're going to do here in Tahlequah. They have a building, it's a multi-purpose, it's about a 2,800 seater. I would ask you guys to take a look at that for our building here that we're going to call our Welcome Center.
Right.
It's really a diverse building, and some of the council members got to see that, and it's really an awesome site. And for the amount of money they put in, I think we could do the same.
Yeah, thank you for that recommendation. We intend to, in fact, go down there and tour that facility to get some ideas and see what we can implement here, but appreciate that recommendation.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Thank you, Mr. Chuck Garrett.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No old business. Dropping down to new business, I need a motion.
Speaker Byrd,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include 3 resolutions that are related that came from Community Service this afternoon. The first is a resolution authorizing the appropriation of $267,000 of housing rehabilitation funding to match the ICDB application. The next is a resolution certifying compliance with HUD regulations regarding citizen participation. And the third is a resolution adopting the HUD Section 8 standards for housing rehabilitation.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. So we will add 4, 5, and 6 to the 3 that we already have. Okay, so in new business here, if you will look at the handout, the one on the Council of Cherokee Nation, that's the one we will address tonight and not the one in your book. That's about NCAI. It's a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation to become a member of National Congress of American Indians and to appoint the tribal delegates and alternates. So at this time, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Councilor Taylor, would you take the item number 2?
I would. This is number 15-080, resolution confirming the nomination of Sarah E. Hill as the Secretary of Natural Resources for the Cherokee Nation. Can I move for its approval?
Got a motion, second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this time, I think we have Justice Jones with us. Is that correct? So if Miss Sarah Hill would come down, we'll go ahead and take care of the swearing in. She will be our first cabinet level Natural Resources Secretary.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sarah E. Hill.
I, Sarah E. Hill,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of Secretary of Natural Resources of the Cherokee Nation
of Secretary of Natural Resources of the Cherokee Nation
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
I swear or affirm further
I swear or affirm further
that I will do everything within my power
that I will do everything within my power
to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee Nation.
to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee Nation.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sarah, do you want to address the crowd?
I would.
Okay.
I have so many thoughts and feelings about this moment that it's hard to put it into words, but I am mostly just really grateful. I'm grateful to Chief Baker for his faith in me. I'm grateful to the Tribal Council for your faith in me. This is such an important step for the Cherokee Nation that you're taking. It's very easy to continue to do what's always been done. It's difficult to do something new, and I appreciate you taking this step to do something new. I'm very grateful to our ancestors 7 generations ago who had us in mind with the decisions that they made. And because of that, we have what we have today. And so it gives us a duty that we've inherited from them that we have to execute. I'm grateful to our traditional people who to go to our plants and animals and name them by their name, and every day do, without ever asking anything in return, protect our natural resources. And I'm grateful to them for everything that they do. And of course, I'm grateful to my coworkers, many of whom are here, Ed Fight from our Environmental Protection Commission. I'm grateful to all of them for the way they inspire me with their passion and their good work every day. And of course, I'm grateful to my family because I could not do what I do without their help and support of me. So I'm grateful for the faith you've shown in me, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Resolution number 3, Councilor Victoria Vasquez, would you please take that?
Yes, this is Resolution 15-081, confirming the nomination of Tommy Sue Bradshaw Wright as a board member of Cherokee Nation Businesses, LLC. Put this in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Three noes and 1 abstention. The ayes have it. Is Miss Tommy Sue Wright in the audience? Yes. Do you want to say something to the crowd?
I just appreciate the opportunity, and I will do a good job for the Cherokee people.
Thank you very much. Now for the amended items. Who's going to tackle that one there? Councilor Lay or Councilor Taylor? You want to?
We voted on Janice to do.
Okay, Councilor Taylor, I think you've been nominated here.
Okay, do you want me to okay, we're going to do 4, 5, and 6 in toto. They are all resolutions dealing with our housing rehab program, and I ask for the approval of them.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. That concludes our business items. A lot of these items that you see here, we've already gone through in a lot of time and discussion and committed. So what you see here is really a formality of the government at work. We've discussed this and gone to the director's office if we have any questions. So I appreciate the council's diligence in carrying out the business of the tribe. So at this time, any announcements? I'll start from the right here. Yes, Councilor Austin.
District 14 will be having a community meeting in Chelsea at the Chelsea Civic Center on November the 3rd at 5 p.m. I welcome everybody.
Okay, November the 3rd. Anybody else? Yeah, Councilor Garvin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. District 4 will be having a community meeting on October the 27th, 5 o'clock at Three Rivers Health Center. Also, we have a distinguished person visiting tonight from Porham, State Representative Ed Kennedy. Ed, stand up. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Yes, Councilor Critton.
District 8 community meeting, Bale, Oklahoma, 6 o'clock at the Bale Community Building. I'd like to invite all the folks out there.
Okay.
October 19th, it's a Monday.
Okay. Now you guys are feeding these people if they show
Yes,
up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Chautauqua.
Okay. Anybody else? Councilor Victoria Vasquez?
Yes, November 12th, South Coffeyville, our Native American Fellowship, Inc. community is hosting us for a community meeting for District 11, and we'll be discussing housing issues, and this will be a really great fall event, and I will be feeding them. It starts at 6 p.m., and it's at the Cherokee building on Oklahoma Street in South Coffeyville. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Councilor Walkenstick, are you sure?
Thank you, Speaker. I believe I'm sure.
Okay.
We're having a community meeting District 1, 2, 3 tomorrow night at the Tower Fairgrounds across from the casino, starting at 6. We're going to have some full bologna. Got their perfect full bologna, full pork. We're going to have some door prizes, 3 night steak, go first house. We're going to have, it's going to be a good time. So you guys come on out and be our guests. It's 5:30 for me, but it's 6 for
Next time we do Cherokee County Councilor District 1, you need to speak. Anybody else? Councilor Thornton.
Yes, in my district, District 5, we had the Vi-In Wolverine Lady cheerleaders placed 3rd in the state cheerleading championships, which we're very proud, which I'd say 90% are Cherokee. We also had a little team from over at Warner in 2A, but the Warner Eagles. And we're very proud of them, and they placed 1st in 2A cheerleading championships for the state of Oklahoma. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Councilor Warner?
Tuesday, November 3rd, District 6 will be having a community meeting at the new Salisaw Middle School. This will be one of our first community meetings. We plan on having the next one is tentatively scheduled at the NICUD Bellefonte Community Center, date to be announced. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, does that include our announcements? With that, I'd like to thank everyone for attending the Cherokee Nation Council Government at Work. So with that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
A motion, second. All in favor, say aye. Good night. Safe driving. Well done.